The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Oh, we're on air. Okay.
This is the radio show. This is like 50 Shades of Grey.
I'm afraid of getting the squirts.
Hi, I'm Luttsy. Look at me.
Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne.
Because I grew up go-karting.
Did you compete?
No, because then I discovered the stage.
6:03 Wednesday morning.
I don't like the order of those events, talking about 50 Shades of Grey and then me talking about getting the squirts. Completely unrelated.
Into the go-karts.
Into the go-karts. I was talking about Bali when I was talking about the squirts, but it sounds rather different.
What, they took you out of context?
Nah, completely. Imagine that.
Yeah,
They say that
Feels like...
You've been on the reality shows. They say everything comes down to the editing.
You should be,
completely
well
comes out
and
of
truly
context.
used to that.
Yeah, it's a relationship wrecker, some of those edits. You got to be really, really careful. But what you don't say, they can't edit. But they'll still make it look like you're doing something.
Exactly. You're squirting in the jungle and all of a sudden, it's day 14 and Nikki said this. I squirt on grandma. I never said that.
What an entrance. You just blew into the studio.
Oh, we're going to take that, aren't
And
we?
it comes
And then
out.
people take it as fact. Did you hear about Nikki?
Yeah, she squirted on her grandmother.
I know, I've got to stop squirting on my grandma.
No, I just blew into the studio. I mean,
Yeah.
they're going to take that now.
You
There's
did.
another one.
All over the desk.
There we go.
Well, just
So
as
there
you
it
were
is.
coming in, Nikki was saying that one person took out that 100 mil.
I know, I saw
last
that.
night.
I heard
One.
that. I know. New South Wales or ACT.
Sydney
Yep.
woman.
Sydney, is that?
Western
Woman.
Sydney woman. I was saying to
Western Sydney.
Well, she
when
needs
the
it.
boys
out of
came in,
Penrith.
I'm like, God, I hope she's like,
gone.
Well, if anyone needs it, someone in Parramatta. I mean,
yeah.
because their life's shit.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you're always happy when it's not someone in like Mosman or Ascot.
We'll put the fifth child through grammar school. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we could have a fifth child. We can
We could have a
afford
fifth
one.
child now.
We could have 20. We'll go and rescue some of the children from Penrith. Put them through private school.
Yeah, that's a good result. I mean, it'd be good if it was up here somewhere.
I know, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if it was Andrew yesterday who we were talking to on the phone who offered to give us 35 mil if he won the 100.
that's right.
Yeah.
Post dummy spit when I lost Smarter Than Who.
Yeah, that was nice of him. Just
He
a
was
little bit
so
extra
nice.
on there, yeah.
I went dark. He chose the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He showed you the path.
He did. He must
Our
be.
listeners are wonderful like that.
They seem a lot nicer than us, that's for sure.
Well, we couldn't get you the 100 mil with those tickets we were throwing away yesterday.
That's
We
a
can
game
get you-
changer, though, isn't it?
Oh,
100
huge.
mil. Woo, doggy.
Oh,
person.
imagine the boat you'd buy with that.
I don't think
I'd
I'd
buy-
buy a boat.
Why? What's wrong with you?
I still think it's easier to rent one.
Yeah, do the charters.
Really?
I'm with you, Luttsy.
Yeah.
I do like.
Someone else cleans them then.
That's true. There's a lot of
Well, I guess-
maintenance and anti-fouling and things catch on fire and
I don't know.
Escorts fall off and you can't find them.
Escort's full.
We're going to get dark again. We're going to get into dark
They
again.
break down on the way in
Another
from the big.
escort fell off.
Yeah, you lose your drugs, they get caught off Harvey Bay.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Throwback throwdown.
Go
And
on, what year, mate?
how do you feel about a little bit of 2001?
Oh, yeah,
big year for
it was
anyone
a
here?
big one.
The big one. Let's
Oh, yeah.
It changed our lives, 2001. I can't speak for you, Nikki. You probably weren't even born yet.
I graduated from university.
I was trying to help you, but
we've got a whole montage here.
old fart.
Let's have a montage and we'll share
Hey, I'm more
stories.
related.
Boom. That's iPod. I happen to have one right here in my pocket, matter of fact.
The plane has crashed into the World Trade Center.
Harry Potter is a topic of conversation among today's youth. The movie is drawing in viewers by the thousands.
Nicole Kidman has set the record straight regarding a widely circulated photo that many have mistakenly believed shows her celebrating her divorce from Tom Cruise.
The most iconic girl group of all time officially disbanding sparked a lot of questions, such as what really happened to the Spice Girls.
The future of Ansett is looking bleak. Qantas has decided it will not buy the troubled airline.
Lee Matthews has been to the top of the mountain for a second time as coach, and now he's done the impossible. Brisbane have won the premiership.
Start of the three-peat in 2001.
yeah, that was where it all
How
started.
good. Well, Luttsy and I started 2001, both working at 4BC.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So I was probably listening to you on the radio when
you
I was
would
driving from
definitely
campus to campus.
We were big with the uni students.
If you love your
Yes.
sport. If you loved your sport,
That was
you
definitely
might have
what
been.
I was tuned into.
Yes.
In between Pink and
You would've
Britney Spears songs, I'd switch over to listen to you guys talk about
Sport.
Yeah. Well, you
But then
definitely wouldn't hear Britney or Pink.
But then he got married, and then
And then you were left on your Todd.
Went on his honeymoon,
Yeah.
and I had the pleasure of calling him. Now he called me.
I
I'm
got-
back from my honeymoon.
I got back from my honeymoon. I just got back from Fiji. I got been out of the country for a week or whatever it was. It's a Sunday night. We start back at work on the Monday. I ring Luttsy. I go, what's been going on? What's happening?
Well, the consultant came up from Melbourne and have a look at trimming the fat at the radio station, and they managed to trim 2 people.
Oh, no,
Oh,
you're joking.
I go, you're joking.
You went, who?
Who got the bullet?
Ben Dobson? Yeah. No. And I went, no, it was me and you.
You serious? So you're
came
probably
back.
trying to go to bed early, ready to get up
Yeah,
and do
he's
your
like,
thing.
I'm married now. There's a new stage of my life. I'm going to really settle down. And
Does it
work
happen
out.
that quickly?
yeah.
Well, I did to us.
Yeah, we didn't.
I was like,
we didn't get a party. Put it that way. Not like those people in sales.
But that was true. They brought up that consultant from
It
Melbourne.
was Steve Price.
You know Steve
Steve
Price?
Price. I know Steve Price.
Still, we laugh about it now.
Well, ask him what his problem with this is.
He changed our lives. He made our lives better by sacking us from a.
Did you an absolute solid?
He did. He really did.
But he did have to sit down with management at some time and go, because he listened to the whole station and say, here's the problem. And management had to agree with it.
Yeah.
Because we were the only 2 that went.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
I often call him Lord Farquhar.
yeah, he's got a bit of that about him, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
we were calling him that at the time too.
Anyway,
more-
2001. Yeah, we
More
digress.
positive for you, Nikki, that year?
Yeah, she was
No,
was the
I
last
actually
one
died
at
in
uni.
2001, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, I had to have emergency surgery when the planes hit. I was rushed into hospital. I'd had sinus surgery. I got a staph infection. Went horribly wrong. I was bleeding out. I got wheeled into the hospital, just in Spring Hill there.
Shit.
And the nurse ran up and said, the planes just hit the towers. And I was sat there while dying, watching people
God.
jumping out of the buildings in real time.
That's very morbid, isn't it?
Yeah, so no, not much better for me either, I'm afraid to say. But I'm still here.
That's it.
Yeah. It's good. There's a positive in everything in 2001.
We've got
It
five
was a
new
rough year.
I travelled
Good
to
music, good music.
Yeah, and we're going to go through them. The songs of 2001. Which one's going to resonate with you guys and your dark years? I went to America and went to space camp in Alabama. I was in grade 10.
I remember you talking about
That's
that.
a much better story. Tell us that.
A real mixture of a year, but we'll
That's
go through
cool.
our
Like young NASA.
Yes, and a little bit of Top Gun Maverick action in there as well.
that's
So
right,
It was a far better year.
I just see that on the list from that year was My Island Home, which means once again I'll get to hear Luttsy's Christine Arnoux joke again this morning.
We're going to do it.
Now's the time.
Well, maybe the podcast.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Ask me anything.
Ask me anything.
So, ask me anything. Ask Nikki anything.
There's a full board of calls here, Nikki, so people are interested in having a chat.
Look, the voyeurism behind shows, and particularly reality TV shows, it gets me. To be honest, Big Brother fascinates me. And when we got to do the behind the scenes, behind the glass tours like I've done with you, Ash, I could have, they were like, okay, we've been here an hour. I could have stayed there all day.
Yeah.
In fact, I could stay there for a week behind the scenes.
Well, reality TV producers would be very happy to hear that because I think a lot of people are happy to just sit there and watch a lot of not much going on.
Yeah.
One question before you take your phone calls, but were you a part of like I'm a Celeb
Yeah.
or anything like that where like, I heard like Warnie could take cigarettes on? Like
see-
where they cut deals with anybody special that they could say, look, I'm going, but I'm going to take my cigarettes or whatever it might be. Was there anything like that? And they kept it out of the actual show?
Look, I can't confirm this, but I
No, you
have...
pointed this as you can.
No, but I have my suspicions because it's hard to know when I was in the jungle, I was pretty sure that they'd cut a deal with Charlotte Crosby, the UK chick, because she was not eating anything. No, I'm not going to eat that. No, I'm not going to eat that. I just want fruit. I want that. And she was living off nothing, yet she wasn't losing any weight. And she was always disappearing. And I know that she got into the control room at one point. So I think she was getting little meals on
Extras.
the side to stay interesting, whereas I was just starving and boring.
Yeah.
Right.
Because without energy,
you
not
get nothing.
particularly interesting.
The
Yeah,
battery's flat.
very flat.
Let's go to Brett out of Oxenford. Yes, Brett. What do you got for Nikki?
I just wanted to ask her what inspired her to get on the show.
Oh, look, you go
This
on
show?
I'm a Celeb when you hit rock bottom, Brett. Look, I was doing gigs in some crusty venues doing stand-up, and I had this big plan to do a massive tour in 2020. So I said I'd do I'm a Celebrity to set up my tour so I could flog tickets to my tour. But you know what happened in 2020? When I boarded that plane after the jungle, after being tortured, everyone started texting me going, "Are you wearing a mask? COVID's coming. COVID's coming." So, yeah, I did it all for nothing. Do I regret it? I probably do.
There you go.
Really? Raise
Yeah.
your profile?
It did raise my profile. In
That's a
fact,
good thing,
it
isn't
did
it?
help me because then I got to flog crackers online for about 6 months after that.
Flog what?
Crackers. I ended up getting the Fantastic Crackers account, so I wrote and created all the ads for that from home.
Fantastic Crackers.
Fantastic Crackers. I was
I don't know
flogging
what that is.
Fantastic Crackers. Look, the ads obviously did
Do the
great.
jingle for me.
Oh, there was no jingle. It was just me.
What's Fantastic Crackers?
No, I was just roasting my kids and saying, the crackers are better than my kid. Anyway, I shouldn't say that, but yeah.
More calls on 13.
Christmas crackers? What are you talking about?
Well, now who are we talking to now? Dan from Cooper's Plains. Dan.
How you going?
I'm all right. How are you going, Dan?
What's your question?
Yeah, doing really well, thank you. My question is, because you're deprived so much food, what was your first awesome meal when you got out?
Chips.
Back to civilization.
Hot chips. All I wanted was
Oh,
chips.
yeah.
Hot chips and chai, and I mixed them together. Would you believe
Normal
it?
salt, chicken salt.
I couldn't get chicken salt
it in
over
South Africa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't get it. They didn't have
Do
chicken
they call
salt.
them chips over there, out of interest? Do you know?
I think they call them, chips.
Yeah.
That'd be similar to us, I reckon.
Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah, so, all I wanted
chips?
was chips and chai. Hot chips, yeah. I went, you feel really basic when you're coming out.
Yeah, you don't want to have a sit down four-course meal. You just want something.
No,
one
you want
thing.
something really basic, road trip kind of food.
And you got the chai too. Nikki's into chai.
I
big
love
time.
chai so much. I actually found that I missed my chai more than I missed alcohol in there, and that's saying something.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go to Cal. Yes, Cal.
Good morning, how are you?
We're all right, Cal. What's your question?
I need to know, MasterChef, My Kitchen Rules, and all of those amateurs cooking, is it real or is there a chef behind the scene helping them out with everything?
Well, had I done that show, Cal, I would be able to give you the inside
Yes.
scoop. But
Do you know
I do
anyone?
know producers, yes, and that's real. But I do believe they get a bit of a heads up just before
Right, so it's
about
not-
the recipe.
Okay, so it's not as hectic as it looks.
Yeah, it is quite hectic, but I think they get a very quick heads up. Well, the celebrities do anyway, but as for the app, like the actual MasterChef,
Not sure.
but the cooking's real.
Okay.
That's real.
All right. Should we time
like
for
this.
one more, Mitch?
Yep, we got Heather out of East Brisbane. Hello, Heather.
Heather, you there?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What do you have for me, Heather?
Oh, well, I was just wondering, with you saying that you were starving and that other girl, the British girl, was obviously getting food from somewhere, it just makes me think, don't you think some of them just need to toughen up?
Yeah, good question. Good question.
Yeah,
Answer it.
that is a good question. Like, yeah, perhaps, but it was really bad in the jungle. Like, I got 9 ticks. Like, there's a lot of things that don't go to air because it makes it look bad. Like, I got 9 ticks that I had to remove. And Miguel got a tick that burrowed in. They had to remove that. He tried to remove it with a knife in the middle of the night. I had a male baboon that took a fancy to me every time I got in the shower that would run at me from the
Really?
jungle, which freaked me out. Like, I was crying often.
All these Christmases have come at once.
Yeah, I know.
haven't they?
We called him Brob. And the other thing was the baboons kept trying to move into the camp every night. So if the fire went out, they would come. It would be a brawl.
So it's pretty legit. I mean, then if that's the case, it's not as if it's a campsite they've set up, like in a soundstage. You know what I mean? Like, you're in a jungle.
And they've got people with guns around the outside just in case something like big game tried to come and kill us. So it is
One of the
genuinely
big celebs tried to leave.
very
contract.
dangerous. I did try and climb the fence one day when I lost them. my nut. But yeah, it's that bad.
That was a challenge.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Very special guest, Mitchell. Now, our next guest is attempting to walk, try and get your head around this, from Argentina to Alaska. Okay?
That's a fair hike. I struggle to walk home after a good night out, and look at her go.
Yeah, this is, it's been years in the making. I think 2017 was when this, it started, and is the reigning 2024 Australian National Geographic Adventurer of the Year. So in the midst of it, it started in 2017 and it's not done yet, but Luttsy Barnard is in the studio. Hello, Luttsy.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Now, we were chatting to her just before we came on air, and she started telling us amazing stories. We're like, hold it, hold it. There were cartels, there's bears, there's all this stuff going on. So, okay, first of all, you've brought in this cylinder thing, like this pack. And what is it? What do you call it?
Yes, I brought in a bear canister. This particular model is called a Bear Vault, and I was told that you might want to see the award. So what I've done is I've put the medals inside the Bear Vault, and if you want to see it, you have to earn it. So you've got to open the
We're going to try and outsmart bears.
Most bears spend 90 seconds trying to open these before they give up. And the deal is when you camp, you've got to put your Bear Vault 100 metres away from your campsite so that the bears go to the food, not to you. And if you eat near your campsite, then you have to form a triangle and eat 100 metres away from your tent and where you store this Bear Vault.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? It's like
not as much sense as well. Why wouldn't you just sleep in a big one of those?
Actually, that does make sense. And why wouldn't you fly in a black box? These are all the big questions.
Anyway, I mean, what do I know?
We'd use you as the Bear Vault, Luttsy. We'd
you.
make you sleep 100 metres away. Just take him first.
Thank you.
Okay, so
I don't think they need it.
they're not.
Yes.
They're not easy to get into. The have you had any bears come up to you?
Yeah, I've had bears. Yep. So when I first got into New Mexico, the first bears that you come across are black bears. And so I was walking early in the morning before the sun was up, and I smelled what smells like a wet dog.
Yes.
And then I got barked at, which is kind of like a noise.
Yeah.
And right by me was this black bear, and that's what they call a bluff charge. So
okay.
Yeah,
Like a
that's
warning.
before it's a warning call. Which you don't get with brown bears.
No, they don't warn you, do they? They just eat you.
If you surprise them, they don't warn you, but really they just want to neutralise the threat. So if you come across them and surprise them, you want to make yourself really big, make noise, but always have your bear spray ready to discharge.
Yeah.
The ones that really hunt you are the polar bears. So they have a poem in the States.
Yeah.
They say, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down. If it's white, say goodnight.
Oh,
They're the real deal.
lovely.
Yeah, polar bears are said to
They're
be...
the gangsters.
They're the only ones that intentionally hunt humans.
Just be careful where you do that poem, by the way.
Yeah.
In society.
Yeah, diversity. You got to be careful with what you say. Yeah.
But bears we get.
Can you just explain where you started this down the very south of South America in 2017?
Yep. So
And you've walked where to? How far so far?
okay, so
The whole of South America?
yeah, all of South America. I've walked through Central America, through Mexico, and I'm now almost all the way through the continental United States, so the mainland. I'm up in Wyoming, which is 20,000 kilometres.
And
distance.
Bears aside, what's the biggest dangers going through those areas? It's like we're talking like
It's
some
really-
pretty brutal sort of areas.
Yeah, the threats are very diverse. So I had to walk through the Ring of Fire, which is a collection of volcanoes. That was one of the first things that I faced. But also in Argentina, they experienced the most severe winter storm in 20 years. So the temperatures were below 20 degrees and there was obviously a lot of snow. I went to bed and there was no snow. And in the morning, my tent was completely covered.
Wow.
Do you walk less some days than others? Like one of those days, did you go, nah, I might just go and check into a hotel and have a few?
If there was a hotel, I would. No, so I try and hit 30 kilometres every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But if it snows
Bloody
like
hell.
that, obviously I slow down. And in those areas, so 4 people every year start this journey, but usually everyone quits. And the reason is because Patagonia is brutal. So the winds are like 120 kilometres per hour and it is freezing and awful at times. So that's the hard part to
And
get
where are you
through.
sleeping each night?
In a tent.
No, I couldn't even do that. Like, not even the
Pretty
walking.
brutal.
Just yeah,
That's as brutal as the walking, I'd imagine.
that's intense.
It
Now,
takes
what
a bit.
happened? You were talking about a van and cartel.
Okay.
And Tell me this story.
Yep. So other threats other than natural ones are that in some areas there's a lot of political
unrest,
and there's also, so I had to walk through an area which is very infamous and a lot of people like to know about, which is called the Darien Gap. So it's an area between South and North America, which kind of is the pinch point of the funnel, if you look at the landmass as a funnel.
Uh-huh.
And so it's the only area between the Americas where there is no road that passes through, and because of the lack of visibility, it's where there are a lot of human trafficking, and it's where they smuggle firearms, drugs and money in both directions.
And so did you get any of that and bring it with you?
Afraid not.
No.
No.
No, but you met...
That's what's in the bed.
Didn't your van get stolen or something? Did you come across some dodginess?
So this area is the most riskiest, but where we had the most amount of trouble is up further north in Mexico.
Okay.
And I had a fundraiser kicked off by a bunch of what I like to refer to as Insta-mums who heard the story about a friend of mine joining me and driving a van, and we went into an area where we needed police support because there's a 10 p.m. curfew, so everyone has to be inside at that point, and the dogs are so vicious there that they actually kill and eat each other. So you can gauge how dangerous a place is by how the behaviour of the street dogs.
Wowza.
Parramatta.
Yeah, I was going to say Nambour on a good day.
So after we passed that area, we got some money to hire a van and get the support through the final area of Mexico, which is also a desert. And luck being mine, we passed through this region when they recorded the hottest temperatures on record ever in Mexico, which were above 50 degrees Celsius.
Get stuffed. I'm dead again. All these things you're doing, I'm dead at most of them.
And after Bailey left, I had 4 people come in support, and the final person that helped through Mexico, we'd been checking in and getting permission from the communities if we could pass through and finding out if it was secure. But we'd been given some bad advice from police who weren't paying attention, and we went along a trail which we shouldn't have gone down. So we were pulled over by an enforcement group, which was about a group of 10 people who do all of the legwork for the cartel.
Uh-huh.
And so I was hiking at the time. They pulled out my support person out of the vehicle and all of our stuff. And he was surrounded by 10 people all holding guns, brand new semi-automatic rifles. And the man that was yelling at us was holding a huge bag of cocaine and sniffing it between yelling at us.
Really?
Barry, come on, mate.
It's not the time.
We're trying to do a kidnapping here, and all you can do...
Barry's just on a bender, and he's not quite sure why.
Don't come to work, Barry, if you're going to do this. Just don't even come.
No OH&S.
Yeah, come on.
God, you don't factor that in when you set off on an adventure, although...
No, I had...
It's crazy.
It's memorable, though.
I actually have done a fair bit of security training, so I had factored it in, and while I knew that I'd already been asked questions from this enforcement group, so while they were going ahead looking for the support vehicle, because I had spotted the spotter, so I knew that we were about to be intercepted. So while all that was happening, I was using a satellite communication device to count people, give my opinion on who I thought they were, and report everything in so that we were being watched, so that if we were taken...
Oh, that's smart.
People know where you are.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, are you doing all this with your dog?
Yes, he slept through the whole thing.
He's a cattle dog, right?
Yeah, real vicious.
Wombat, the cattle dog.
So how do you get him through customs and stuff? Does he have to spend some time
Where
in
is he?
solitude?
No, he does nothing. So
you just get straight through customs?
Yeah, I do paperwork for him before we get to the border crossing. That's actually one of the easiest, less stressful parts of the whole thing, really. I mean, it would be very irritating if I got to a border and they refused me because I'm on foot, so I've got no real easy way of getting back to the administration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However... it's very, if you go to the websites, the government official sites, it's very ABC in terms of following instructions.
You can do it. He's probably Australia's most travelled dog. Who knows?
Probably, because it's not easy for a dog from Australia to travel. So this is...
Yeah, well, you can get them out. It just takes 7 months to get them back in.
Oh, to get them back in. So is he over there right now?
Okay.
Yeah, he's in the States still. But he was born in Chile, so he's never been in Australia.
Oh, gotcha.
He's got the Australian name.
Yep.
Now, Lutsy's trying to open the bear trap.
He can't get into the bear vault.
It looks like there's a button on the top, but I don't think that's doing anything. And it's just like one of those...
It doesn't twist open?
Kid-proof things. I'm trying to push it down. There's nothing.
You can open it, can't you?
You can open it. This is
Why do I think you have to push it down, reverse it, and then go the other
direction? And then it'll be an anti-screw for sure.
Sounds like a song.
Nick, we might need a live cam on Luttsy for the next 3 hours.
I don't know what I did though.
Usually you use these in cold climates and there's no way that would have worked, but because it's hot here, they do just open with force.
Yeah, right. What
but
do I do? Push it down and then...
Now you've broken the bloody thing.
No, it's not broken. It's not broken at all. It is like a giant pill canister.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So,
that's
see
the vibe,
here,
right?
there's like a little catch.
Oh,
so
you
like
push
a
it in just in the little bit.
childproof thing.
But bears can't work that out. That's the main thing.
We get to have a look at the award now,
award,
and we can follow all your adventures through Instagram. It was at Tangles and Tail.
That's right. Yep. Tangles being my hair that's never brushed, and tail being wombats. That's Wombat's medal.
Wombat got a medal?
Yeah, that was really cool. So in the world first, they're very excited. They've given a dog Adventure of the Year status. So he got his own medal that he can wear. And mine is significantly
bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's looks like an Olympics sort of medal.
Yeah, that looks better than an Olympics medal.
It actually does.
That's good
Olympians
bling.
would be jealous of that.
That's quality
It's
bling,
great bling
that you've picked
worth
up there.
coming home for.
So now you're going to head back soon, is that right? You're just waiting for the visa process to happen?
Yeah, so the visa just came back. That's all taken care of now. So about 5 years ago, I applied for a visa so that I could spend the time that I needed to in the United States. But because I came home because of COVID, I lost 2 years and it's now expired. So I had to renew it for another 5 years.
Bloody COVID.
And how much further do you have to go?
10,000.
10,000.
A drop in the water.
Steps, I could do that.
Yeah, weirdly it feels like I'm going downhill now, which is such a lie because right now where I've been hiking, it's minus 30 to minus 40 degrees Celsius and the snow is up to my waist. So I'm doing this thing that they call posting where you take one step and you fall into the snow and then you have to dig yourself out and then go ahead. And the whole time I'm doing that, Wombat's behind me because it's so much easier to go second.
Wombat's smart. That's why he got a medal.
He's super smart.
Well, all the best with it. Thanks for coming in.
Tangles and tails.
Tangles and tails.
And then we one tail. I only have one dog.
Sorry, tangles and tails.
And tail. And we look forward to seeing you on SAS Australia. Go and kick everyone's ass on that. She's not been cast, but she should be on it because you'd kick my ass if we ended up on the same season.
She wears hockers, Ash. You'll be happy to know.
Yeah, I saw that. 500 Ks out of a pair of hockers.
People wondering,
yes, the only thing we have in common.
Hey.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
There's been AI is obviously a big thing. It's changing all our lives. We found ourselves at pickleball last night, of all things, working out how it's going to change our lives, different jobs, and then young Cash is a young nudgy fella. He's explaining to us what kids are doing at school. Some kid got caught at one school. 7 times he's been caught so far using AI. He just keeps having a crack. That's the Ash Bradhams of the world out there.
How are you using
I was
AI?
innocently sitting here.
For assignments. Oh, yeah.
So
don't disparage me,
like
mate.
100% plagiarism using AI. Just like basically going, can you write an assignment on the 18th century Elizabeth, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah. And they're using
just goes
ChatGPT
and they get caught, but this kid just keeps doing it.
Give me 1,500 words on the works of Da Vinci.
Yeah, so all that sort of business. But the latest sort of evolution that's sort of popping through is, and they use the term AI robot girlfriends.
Oh, yeah.
This was the company called Realbotics. They've unveiled Aria, who's an advanced humanoid companion, which has been showcased at literally in the last 2 weeks at a big, I presume it's in Las Vegas, one of those big conferences anyway, CES 2025.
Is it a proper robot?
So it looks like they're trying to get away from the whole sex doll things. They're saying it's more companionship. They reckon it hasn't got genitals and stuff like that, but it is combating loneliness as its prime.
Hang on,
thing.
no, this is a physical form thing, not
it's
like
woman. No, it's not like a computer. This is actually for want of a better term, because they're trying to get away from this, like a sex doll looking thing.
It's a fembot.
A fembot. Yeah. And it's combating loneliness now. They're trying to get away from the
connotations.
Physical intimacy thing. They want it to be used at hotels and things like that. So that's sort of blah, blah, blah. It costs, at this stage, $175,000, which is obviously a lot cheaper than a real girlfriend. So basically, this is the future, they reckon.
But what does it do? Like, what does it do?
Well, it has an emotion. You can converse with it, and it has emotions and things like that.
I'd love to get into an argument. Do they argue? That'd be great, because you need a good argument in a good relationship.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know where the future is.
Does it get depressed, or does it ever I
can't imagine it gets depressed.
No,
but I don't know. But they're saying that they're trying to work out.
It only has
Like much in the same way they're trying to work out how we use AI, they're trying to work out how we're going to use these assistants. For one of it, bet it's because girlfriend sort of pigeonholes it in that just lonely dudes doing unspeakable acts.
This is fascinating. Do you have to book a seat for it on the plane? For her, for Aria?
I think it'd become, when you think about it in that sense, it almost
would you
becomes
put
like
her
a
in
support
luggage?
animal. It's like a support animal.
Like that would be fascinating.
No.
Imagine.
I think
Girlfriend.
you'd sit with it, and eventually it would become a situation where that's like it'd be like putting like without talking about different groups now.
Yeah.
They have their rights and stuff.
No.
You know what I mean? Like seriously.
No.
Mitch, am I being crazy here?
There's a movie out at the moment. I might have to talk about it in the podcast to go a little bit more detail, but called Companion that came out last Thursday that covers on this issue. Yeah,
And
it's very
coming down the
fascinating
pipe.
way. Yes.
And they have to fly. I've got visions of walking through and seeing Luttsy sitting in business class with his robot girlfriend.
But no, she won't be in business class. She'll be
Oh,
in
no.
coach.
Yes.
She's in 42K.
Next to the dunny.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I'm smarter than I'm smarter than who?
The Bright and Answer deal is here, with one lucky person winning $100,000 off the price of their new home every month. Drop into your nearest Brighton display home today.
Nathan out of Slacks Creek. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good, brother.
We spoke to you, it has to be about a year ago now, doesn't it?
Yep, sure was.
You lost, didn't you? Oh, is that the Nathan I'm thinking about from Slacks Creek? You lost?
Yeah, I lost miserably, and everyone got my name wrong as well last time, so that was hilarious.
Oh, what did those idiots call you last time? What do you mean?
Nathan?
Mathan?
Mathan.
Yeah.
Why isn't that a name? Mathan.
Yeah, why did they go for the N and not the... that was probably Lockie.
Yeah.
Lockie probably
Yeah,
wrote it up the wrong way on the board. And, we called you Mathan, did we?
It was a good one.
Such idiots. Well, anyway, you're on a rebuild here, so $100 were up for grabs and you can square the ledger. Whose birthday?
That'd be fun.
How can you forget that it's his birthday? Isn't it?
Oh, is it your... Oh, yeah, it says it right there, doesn't it? Nathan, it's your birthday. And it's your birthday, Nathan.
I thought you were
I only
leading
read
into
the
that.
first line.
I thought you were leading into that.
No.
Because you know so much about him.
Oh, my God, it's your birthday, buddy. 5th of
mate.
Feb.
Yep, 5th of Feb.
Same as Jodie. Oh, happy birthday. And is Arabella, your little girl, she's 13 now, she up for a gimp?
I don't think so. She's shaking her head again.
Yeah.
All
She
embarrassed.
said the same last year when she was 12.
Well, let's go. See if we can get you a win on your birthday, Nathan. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter F?
Sierra.
Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik in which film series?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
What variety of green apple was named after an Australian woman?
Granny Smith.
Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
Armstrong.
Spell socialise.
SOCIALISE.
Stop the clock.
Oh, okay. We've had a Nathan Mathan moment there, unfortunately. Well, I think he's... Unless he said Fiera.
He did say Fiera.
No, he said Sierra. I think you said F.
Oh.
He thought you said S.
Oh, I thought you said Fiera.
Lost in translation.
It's not going to make much difference. But you've posted a pretty good...
No.
Well, either way, it's wrong. If he said Fiera or...
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
He's
not happy, but you would have got it wrong anyway. Don't worry about
you would have got it wrong anyway, mate. Hold you. How long do you have there?
3 seconds.
3 seconds, and you've posted a competitive total. I think it'll be a close one today. Arabella wants to sit there quietly on a dad's birthday and not do a gimp. Can you believe
to shine,
that?
Arabella.
Disappointing. So let's bring in the gimp. School of Rock. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready?
What?
Oh, no, I'm not putting the cans on. Yep.
That's your new tactic.
You gonna stick with
Even
that,
though
are
it didn't work yesterday. I'm going to try it again.
30 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
Your time starts now. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter F?
Figaro.
Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik in which film series?
A hedgehog? Sonic?
What variety of green apple was named after an Australian woman?
Granny Smith?
Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
Armstrong.
Spell socialise.
SOCIALISE. C-I-A-L-I-S-E.
Stop the clock. Double Tuco me. Hold the...
There we go.
Time.
Oh, very soon.
Oh, doggy.
There's one there I can't believe either of you got.
Which is what one?
What?
Well, I mean, I think you got it.
Oh, did I?
It was the same answer for both of them. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog, I'd never heard of.
Question number 2. Well, let's go through it from the start. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter F? Now, Nathan, you said Sierra.
Sierra.
You say Fiera, I say Sierra. Either way, that's wrong. Nikki, I thought you were going to drop an F-bomb there. For sure and certain.
But we're not playing that game anymore, so I just get in trouble.
And your professionalism shined through the fact that you didn't say it, even though I know that you probably were thinking it.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking, because did I know this answer? No.
Foxtrot.
Yeah,
Foxtrot. It's Foxtrot.
I should have known that.
Yeah.
Nathan's going to claim
And by the way, a quick tip for all players, it's probably a good idea to learn the phonetic alphabet.
I'm starting to
Alpha,
learn
Bravo,
this.
Charlie, Delta, because it seems to
just
come
for
up
the
all
quiz,
the time.
not for life skills.
No, just for the quiz.
Yeah,
Simply for the quiz, and you never know if it'll come in handy, you know?
I just can't believe I didn't get that, because my dog's called Whiskey. If she was going to have puppies,
Well,
we're going to
Whiskey-
call them Tango and Foxtrot.
There you go.
Actually, you do need it, because when you do those like call centres, when they say what's your password, and you end up going, it's F for the flat man.
Yes.
Chief, and you go
oh my God.
Yeah, and you need them on the other end with disdain.
L for Lucinda.
Okay, so it's 0-0. Question number 2. Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik in which film series? Behind the scenes peek here, but thanks, shout out to Mitchell James for giving me the correct pronunciation, the way to say that, just before we went on air. Sonic the Hedgehog, you both got it. 1-1.
I can't believe I got that. It was because there was nothing else on TV, and so I watched it with the kids.
I was very impressed. What variety of green apple was named after an Australian woman? You both said Granny Smith.
Is that right?
No, Patsy Johnson.
That's correct.
I know this.
Oh, thanks, Granny.
I didn't know that.
No.
Who was Granny Smith? And how do they name
It's
an
the
apple?
only apple I know the name of.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say...
Pink Lady? Isn't there a Pink Lady?
Yeah, but who'd be...
She wasn't
That's not a
Australian.
person, no.
She wasn't Australian.
Well,
No, she's got a strip joint down the Goldie.
Pink Ladies were in Greece. Hey? That was like...
hang on, he loves Greece. Be careful.
Oh, that's right. Beauty School Dropout. The
Beauty
Pink
School
Ladies.
Dropout.
We digress.
Riz, she looked about 40, but she was still in high school in that movie. Can't believe it, eh?
Yeah, they were all perimenopausal and acting like they were,
I mean, Kaneki looked like a grandfather. Question number 4. Who was the first person to walk on the moon? You both said Neil Armstrong.
Just said Armstrong.
Correctamundo. It's 3-3. And then spell socialise. SOCIALISE. You both got that. 4-all draw.
You might be in trouble.
This one will be
what's the
determined
time?
on time. I know that
I was
Nathan had
slow.
3 seconds left on the clock. Over to Mitchell James.
Uh-oh.
It was 3 seconds. Nikki, you're running it out, and you only had 1 second remaining.
Oh, no. Oh, shush.
What are you cheering? That better not be... What's the name?
no,
Annabella cheering
no.
in the background.
Oh, she finally
No,
lined
no,
up.
she's
Trying in now. That's good. Yeah.
She's probably not even buying him a present today, Luttsy.
And
But
it's
Luttsy
Nathan's
will.
birthday. It's Nathan's birthday as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's Nathan's birthday, so it's a big victory. And what's her name again?
Arabella.
Arabella, even though you've probably not got something. Has she given you anything yet, Nathan?
Nah, they're all at home. Nothing yet.
Fair income. Well, because they didn't, you got the $100 obviously, but also going to give you a $100 voucher for Comuna Cantina, which is a great spot. Such amazing people run the Comuna Cantinas, and you'll find one locally near you. And also, I'll give you a what else? I got 4 tickets to Event Cinema.
Yeah, good
4
one.
tickets to Event Cinema.
Lovely.
So some great movies.
Lovely.
I'm going to head out today and have a look at one actually. So enjoy, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Bring it back. Throwback Throwdown.
Yeah, 2001. Went back through some of our favourite memes of the year a little bit earlier. It was a little bit of a darker time.
Pretty morbid. I got married in 2001.
Yeah, that was a highlight.
That's still going. In fact, can I say
Still going.
that my beautiful wife Jodie, we married in 2001, is 50 today.
What are you announcing?
Happy birthday, Jodie.
Happy birthday. Yeah, milestone birthday for Jodie today. But 2001, we got married, and then on the honeymoon, Luttsy and I got the sack.
Yeah. She thought, who have I married?
Yes.
Unemployed bum.
Unemployed bum.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was bleeding out in a hospital from the face. It was a rough year, 2001.
Yeah.
Like, there was not much good happening when you read back through 2001.
So, are any of these picks that really stand out to you as far as setting up your year?
Yeah, Alex Lloyd. It must have been that time. If that's when Amazing came out, because he. Yeah, I had a weird night. Not a weird night, just a fun night then, where I sort of went to one of his gigs down here at the what's that pub down the valley, the Waterloo.
Oh yeah,
just down the road.
It used to be a music venue, and I just sort of went up to after his concert, went up to his stage door and just, I'm from. It must have been after 2001 because I was at Nova, so I'm at Nova. So Alex will know me. I went, "Oh, come in," and he was just sitting there by himself, not one other person out the back. The poor bugger.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I'm here now, because it's miserable being a performer on tour.
It was like he was literally sitting in the middle of a room by himself, and it was even. I'm not even sure if he did remember me, but he welcomed me with open arms, and we sat down and drank a bottle of bourbon together. I don't even drink bourbon, but we just literally drank a bottle of bourbon, just him and me.
I remember when I broke into the Logies and Adam Hills was hosting it, and I was backstage just sitting with him, chatting to him the whole time. People, like hosts
it's
and
sad, isn't
artists,
it?
are always on their own.
Oh, we had a good night.
Some mornings I wish it back.
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what do
but
you
I love Alex Lloyd. So amazing
yes.
Alex Lloyd. I'll get him for
Good
my
song.
next birthday party, probably for my 40th or something.
That's
What about
to him.
you, Ash?
That's insulting to him as an artist that he'd be doing that.
Pay him $500.
I'm still deciding, Nikki. If you've got one, you just jump in. What do you reckon?
Well, look, I remember It's Raining Men was a massive hit by Jerry Halliwell. Harrowell. But that's not my pick.
Oh, no.
We'll cancel it then.
Okay, that's not it.
My pick is purely because of Shrek, and it's just a feel-good song. And also, I think, did we lose the lead singer of Smash Mouth?
We did, yes. We did
so
lose
out
him.
of respect to him, I am going to choose I'm a Believer.
And then I saw her face. I'm a believer.
Look, I'm a bit over this song if I'm being honest, but it's the only one in there that I really like. And,
it wasn't the strongest year for me, this one.
And I do remember the day Pat Monahan, I couldn't believe this actually, because this would have to be this band's biggest song.
Oh, put him on the map.
Pat Monahan, he came in here one day and right out there he sung an acoustic version of this song just at the chorus, but he needed the words.
Yep.
Mitch, can you believe you were there? He had to have the words printed out for him.
Really?
Even I know the words to this song.
Didn't he write it?
Yeah, he wrote it. He must have sung it a million times.
It's like his life has been based around this song. He must have fried his brain that much over the years. He needs the lyrics.
Some musicians have AIDS. Like, no, that sounded wrong. Like, no,
what are you talking about?
You know what we're talking about?
He has not got AIDS.
No, that sounded so
Even more
bad.
reason to vote for him. Give him the sympathy vote.
No, like
I had no idea.
I had no idea either.
No,
Play his song again a little bit.
They'd have to write the lyrics down for him.
Bloody hell.
He's trying to bring it up.
You've helped Ash with the sympathy vote there, so that's gonna help a little bit.
You've been very morbid today.
I know, I've gone dark, haven't I?
What are you going?
I think I'm going to go for something a little bit more upbeat as well.
Children?
2001.
Kisses.
No, I'm not going for Strawberry Kisses, although that
Bob the Builder.
That would be great.
You're going Bob the Builder, aren't you?
I'm not going for Strawberry Kisses. There's another one here which would almost go just so that Luttsy could get the joke out of the way, but I'm not going to do that. We might talk about that in the podcast. Fun fact about this one, the first ever song played on the entire Nova network. When Nova began as a radio station...
In Sydney or
down south. Yeah. And this is the first ever song played on the Nova network.
Well,
Christine Arnoux.
Be a company man and choose it.
No, I'm not going to do that either. My nerdism took a real step up in 2010. I was making, home movies.
Kryptonite.
Do you mean 2001?
What did I say? 2001. I think this is part of the soundtrack for a bit of a superhero movie I was making with my mates in grade 10. And
Three Doors Down?
3 Doors Down, Kryptonite. So that's going to be my go. 2001 throwback throwdown edition. Wonderful selection there. Go for the sympathy vote. Go for some sad stories. Whatever gets your taste there. It'll be up in the Nova. The stories.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
See, I see Joe Biden's got an agent, a talent agent.
I saw that and I laughed so hard.
It's the same one as Brad Pitt and Ariana Grande.
Really?
Obviously.
I mean, which other way would he go?
He might get into a career of Spoofs. Like, I don't know, Christopher Walken stick. I don't know.
Oh, or my mind went to those Scream films for some weird reason. Scream 8. What are they up to
They're in
now?
production of 7 at the moment.
7, there you go. So
you wouldn't be able to give him big dialogue scenes like Christopher Walken in Pulp Fiction with the gold watch.
No.
Like, he wouldn't be able to. Biden would be. He would,
Actually,
can't.
He'll probably be in Ricky Gervais' next afterlife as like another guy that he visits in the nursing home.
Could he host Saturday Night Live? No, he can't talk.
No, he can't talk.
That's his major problem. He can't walk or talk.
No.
3 weeks ago, he was the
old,
president.
Incontinence. He might be doing incontinence ads.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, he says
So what is he going to
he's
do?
now 82. He previously worked, I've heard of them, like CAA. That's a big that's a big mob in LA.
Yes.
CAA, isn't it?
What does CAA stand for again?
I don't know, but that's a big, management company thing, isn't it?
Well, they look after what? Who? Ariana and...
No, he previously... is this the mob he's working with now? I don't know, but that's where he used to work with. So he's had an agent previously from 2017 to 2020.
Well, a lot of conspiracy theorists claim that he was an actor the whole time.
Oh, that it was a double. That's
that
right.
It was a double.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah. Imagine if your extra or your backup spoke as poorly as you did. Like, they wheel out someone to do your speeches and that they stuff it up just as badly.
But are they saying what he's actually going to do? Like,
well, the last time he had an agent, he put out a memoir. He put out a memoir called "Promise Me, Dad" in 2017. Did anyone get their head around that one? Did anyone read the Joe Biden memoirs? "Promise Me, Dad."
Yeah,
I'm just trying. I bet you he doesn't do the audio for his audio book for his new one.
Well, this mob that he's with, they had a relationship with the Obamas through their production of company High Ground, which produced the Oscar-winning documentary American Factory.
Another one I missed.
And they did Hillary Clinton's book, Hard Choices. I thought that was Bill's book.
Yeah, that was Monica's.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
The only way to farewell summer. Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne's end of summer party.
I'm chasing paradise with you.
Yeah, excitement's starting to build. Our end of summer party coming up Feb 27. And after a call yesterday from the Emporium Hotel, the sales, mind you, South Bank.
Julie rang in.
Yeah. We thought she was just suggesting the Emporium. She said, no, we've already checked the calendar. We're good to go. We want you guys there.
And then we had a look at the pool, and it looks unreal.
It's perfect.
It is, isn't it? It's
yeah,
it's
it looks
the best
over
setting
the
you could
river
get.
and looks over the city.
So we'll get the same kind of theme. We've got that vibe, which is sort of that, what's it called? The retro...
We call it retro resort, I think.
Retro
because,
resort,
yeah,
yes.
I like
the
the
official terminology.
Yeah. Sort of slim areas, but like thinking like, I go, what, Palm Springs sort of thing,
Springs,
but
late,
with a bit of retro
60s,
about it. Yeah.
Early 70s, what you'd wear on a holiday to a resort.
Someone threw out Bruno Mars as like a really...
That's a good male reference.
Yeah. Like with the hat, but sort of the loose fitting sort of like shirts and things, right? And those sort of pants.
And the slacks and lots of colour. They had a lot of colour back then and they had a lot of bold prints.
Yes.
Girls could do like pantsuits, play suits. There was a lot of that. Platforms, that was the thing. Hats. You can't have enough hats or headdresses or bandanas.
Big hats?
Or
Would we
ribbons
say,
or
like,
scarves.
really white hats for this sort of
You
thing?
could do an oversized floppy hat. That would look nice. And guys
what you
wearing
want.
like the Panama
You could do
hats.
that, Mitch.
I always need big hats, but that's just a separate issue.
Just a big head.
Like a Kramer shirt from Seinfeld.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yes.
Actually, Kramer's got the look, those sort of slacks too. I think.
Kramer is not a bad reference.
I don't think he ever left the retro resort.
that was.
No, he's still in the thick of it.
So maybe back a Bruno Mars sort of hat, the big outlandish sunnies on top, and
Yeah, I like that.
the Kramer look.
Just check out you can Google it pretty easily. Like.
Google Slim Aarons and
Slim
you'll see
Aarons.
the outfits.
Yeah.
But it's just a chance for us to drop our pluggers and our wife beaters and our shorts and dress up, frock up, get our frock on.
Well, chance for everyone else as well. With you, this is your first Nova party.
This is my first Nova party and I get to meet people and hear their feedback.
Yeah. Well, and I feel for the
Terrific.
last 2.5 weeks, you've been talking about how much fun you are at parties, how much you love a party. So now you get the chance to prove it. And like we were saying yesterday, it's a Thursday night. So how much can you enjoy a Thursday night, but then still have to come in
Go hard or go home.
and do a rocket
up.
Friday morning show?
100%.
It's like when they play an Origin on the Wednesday night, and then you've got to back up again for the club game. Just
the Friday.
sometimes it's 24 hours later.
But listen to your fans.
This will be the radio equivalent of that.
Listening in the middle of that, listening to all your listeners who have like been drinking for 3 hours getting some really solid feedback. It's actually great. I love it.
This is what I'm anticipating will happen. I think I'll be getting notes, so I might take some notes down.
Yeah, I'd suggest that.
Yeah.
Just have someone with you.
Yeah, someone with me, a support person.
Lockie. Just standing next to you taking notes.
Straight into his phone.
Yeah.
But it'll be great. Our listeners are great.
And that venue is
by the
outstanding.
way, the parties that we've had over the years we've been here, they're unbelievable. Legendary, like really great parties.
And we've got to have some good games. You can't have parties without games.
Like
now.
what? What do you mean?
Well, like, I don't know.
Swing the sausage.
Swing the sausage.
Yeah, swing the sausage is definitely playing that.
Yeah,
or
we're definitely doing that.
A dance-off would be fun.
Yeah.
With those outfits too, I think. Yeah, we have some fun with that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
The video from the Swing the Sausage is going to
That's at 10.3 million views now, I think, on my Insta.
Yeah, you've actually put one up. Is it 10.3 million?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Everyone's missing a bit of sausage in their life, I think.
Yeah.
It is a great video.
It's a hilarious video.
That bandwagon for sure.
Well, we're not just talking about it anymore. You guys can actually register, come along, jump aboard the Nova Player app, and tell us you want to be there.
Mitch, with the Brisbane City sky, they've got to set the sausage swing up with the Brisbane City skyline in the background.
Star Casino in the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
That will become legendary. They'll end up doing it for Brisbane 32.
Yes.
You know what?
Is that our sport?
It's going to put the Bunnings sausage in the shade.
Yeah.
It'll be the
100%.
Nova sausage.
Yeah.
The Nova Swing
100%.
sausage. Nova Swingers with the sausage. No, wait, that's a different party.
Different party.
Don't bring your
Different
keys.
promo,
Leave
yeah.
them at home.
Lockie, write it down.
Don't waste the ideas. Experience boutique luxury accommodation, exceptional dining, and exquisite events at Emporium Hotel, South Bank, Brisbane's cultural epicentre. And jump on the Nova Player app this morning, and we'll see you at Ash, Luttsy, and Nikki Osborne's end of summer party.
The Ash, Luttsy, and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Guys, Kylie is back, bringing her Tension tour to Brisbane Entertainment Centre. It's happening on the 26th of Feb. It's only 3 weeks away today.
Really? She's coming to the Ed Centre?
That's it.
I would imagine, Nikki. Are you a huge Kylie fan?
Who can't not be a Kylie fan? Did that make sense?
Yeah.
I lost you at the double negative. But no, she's amazing. And she just keeps going. And she looks great. And she's a little pocket rocket powerhouse. No, I love a bit of Kylie.
Well, tickets are on sale now at frontiertouring.com, or give us a call 13 24 10 right now to win a double pass.
Ooh.
Or more specifically, that Alicia and Lockie do behind
Is
the scenes.
Kylie our biggest single? She's our biggest single musical act, isn't she? Like, I mean, for
what do you mean?
Well, in the
global sense,
yes. Who's made it? Like just a one-off. A
singer, not a band, not a blah, 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 just a one-off singer.
As far as pop star export.
Yes,
in
that genre.
Yeah, well, massive in the UK. I think she sort of touched America, didn't she?
She touched America and went, no, I'm going back to the UK.
Did she? Or did she just not make it?
Like Robbie Williams. I still can't believe that Robbie Williams is just nobody in America.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That blows my mind. And it's a real sore point of his.
Oh, he reckons that when he popped up on stage at Taylor Swift, did you see that?
No.
Like he sang Angels. I think Taylor Swift started singing Angels
at the
piano.
Yeah.
And then somehow he, after the first verse, whatever, he pops up out of the stage, and it was in Europe. It was in England or London.
Yeah.
But I think Taylor, someone had just recommended him
to Taylor. She didn't actually go, oh, I really want Robbie.
Yeah, someone went, this Robbie Williams will work well. And I'm paraphrasing here, but you could see the genuine shock when he popped up and the crowd went nuts that he was as big as he was.
Yeah, right.
Like Taylor Swift went, who is this bloke?
Because she had Ed Sheeran as well, but he's cracked America.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, he's gone global, hasn't he?
He's global.
I don't think Kylie went, I don't want America. I think America didn't want Kylie.
But I feel like she's had some recognition in America.
I think she did get some.
Didn't she get a big award or something last year? Something over in the States? Didn't she go at Lenny Kravitz?
She did.
Oh, that was a good move.
Yeah.
He's hitting a bit.
Did you see in the news just the other day there was an artist, a pop star who, in the early days, they tried to hook her up with Bieber. They told her to stalk Bieber to try and build her profile.
Really?
I remember I was told that when I was younger. They said, try and find an AFL player.
Oh, yeah,
They were trying to hook me up with an AFL player. I mean, my husband didn't like the idea, but I was up for it.
Been married for 7 years.
The Ash, Luttsy, and Nikki Osborne podcast.
There's a story I've been following on Instagram. Now, this really broke out later last year. There was a father of 3 in Wisconsin called Ryan Borgwart, and he was out.
Well,
Come on.
I don't know why I laugh, but anyway.
Do you know the Bulgwats?
The Bulgwats, I'm quite close to them in America.
Well,
Yeah,
Mr.
what did Ryan do?
Well, I think they went on holiday to a lake with his family, and then he took the boat out on his own, and then it capsized and he drowned, or so his family believed. So they did a 28-day searching for his body of this lake.
So he's gone.
And then he's gone. But then they started digging deeper, and they went back through his emails and his bank statements and his insurance claims. This guy, they found that he's taken out insurance claim the year prior.
His own life insurance.
His own life insurance. He said he lost his passport, got a new passport, like a long passport issued. Then they found his secret email account where he's been chatting to a Sheila in Uzbekistan.
Oh.
And he's fallen in love with this bird, and they've disappeared off into Europe together, and they still don't know where he is.
But they know
in
he's
Europe.
alive.
They know he's alive.
He did a runner on his wife and kids.
He went out via Canada, but he's left his family.
That's where I'd do it.
Like, he would rather fake his own death
Yeah.
than live with his own family.
So he's made no contact with them.
No contact.
Uzbekistan, that'd be like one of those Russian sort of bride sort of situations.
Yeah, so she'd be a hot.
Yeah,
I reckon she'd be a hottie.
Yeah.
But then, like,
Blonde?
She'd be hot. She'd be hot blonde.
I don't know. I haven't seen her
they
profile.
Didn't say.
But
She'd have to have something going for her, that's all.
And
he's Fredoed on the lake. Like, he's gone out fishing, he has not returned.
And the year-long effort, too.
Yes.
now you go fishing a lot, Ash.
Yeah.
Has it ever crossed
he comes
your mind?
back.
You're father of three.
I've come, at this point, I've got a 100% return rate.
That's awesome, mate. And that's admirable for you. I mean, what a lovely man.
But you do meet some people where they're just so unhappy in their relationships. But
That's extreme, though, isn't it?
Wouldn't you just say so? It's like he's done it to not hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
So financially, he's got the money, right?
He's got the money.
So he doesn't. So she's
she's
got the rest. They get the money
for his death.
I honestly,
because he's the dead guy rocking up.
Yeah,
saying,
he must have had some hijinks going on there. I leave it to my sister, Jenny. You know,
maybe
whatever, you know, like something like that.
Maybe he went to Biden's new manager and said, "Hey, can Biden pretend to be me?" And
yeah, but he's the new Biden. But yeah, that's extreme.
That is very.
I'm just trying to work out financially, so she'd still get all the other money. Money.
She would have got. I don't know how he's wrangled that one, but do you think this
Did
was?
he catch any fish?
we don't know.
He caught his Pakistani fish, but no, it makes me wonder. Like, is this cowardice, or does he care about his family that much? He didn't want to hurt them that much that he's
leaving them out of love.
He's leaving them out of love.
There's nothing nice about what he did.
Anyway,
you cut that.
You can't slice and dice.
He was such a sweetie. That's what he would have done too, because he wanted the children to hurt.
The type of guy he was, you know.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Which was 2001, the year that Alfie came back.
Yes.
That Wayne Bennett brought back Alfie for Origin.
That was great.
How good was that?
Yeah.
And Harry Potter,
Yep.
The Sorcerer's Stone, opens with US $93.5 million in its opening weekend.
It was a big month for fantasy freaks. You had Harry Potter in November, Lord of the Rings in December.
Remember the
It
spin-off?
was big.
Harry's a pothead and the Sorcerer's Stoned.
No, I haven't seen that
That
one.
was a thing.
It's a good watch.
Yeah.
We've got our top 4 songs from the 2001 batch. Look, let's start in 4th place. It's a slow start so far.
Don't. It's fourth is fourth, mate.
Okay, well, 17%. I thought you were smothering because you knew.
No, I didn't know.
You know what? And he hasn't kicked on Alex Lloyd, so there'll be a whole
That's why
generation
I'm getting
of
him
people
for my next birthday
have never,
party, mate.
have never heard this song.
That'll be Jen.
It's on it's been on 14
Gen Z.
TV bloody car ads.
Yeah, exactly.
They killed this song by overplaying it and overselling it.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, this one also featured in a big movie, but I'd
Love
say
you,
the
Alex.
kids of the time that have the voting power now at the moment, Nikki, haven't voted yet.
They're at school.
From Shrek.
Yeah, they're all at school. You wait till they get home and they get back on their phone.
Geez, didn't Shrek do wonderful things for Smash Mouth?
Huge, yeah.
Because they had
They had 2 songs in there.
Hey Now, You're a Rock Star,
Yep.
All Star, whatever. That was Smash Mouth in
Oh,
Shrek,
that's,
wasn't it?
Yep,
that's
it opened the movie.
Good song. That's
They
what I
would've-
thought this
Yeah,
was.
it's a different song.
Well, this one ended it, so you're leaving a high listening to this. And
It was in it.
Eddie Murphy was
was.
singing this at the end of the movie, so
But
yeah.
you're
my
right.
mouth
You're
open.
right, David. They would have benefited from the royalties for sure.
Yeah.
There's
And again, rest in peace.
no doubt. Rest in peace to Shrek.
And then that was on
to the lead
20%.
singer.
to the lead singer. Absolutely.
Even votes at this point, 32% apiece.
Tied atop.
Joint lead.
Tied atop.
First one. Kryptonite and Three Doors Down.
How the bloody hell's this thing leading?
What? 5 minutes earlier,
Who
it
wants
was
to
the
hear
clear
this?
favourite.
I feel sad listening to
No,
it.
this is, I reckon this could get a good run on the work sides.
This is the kind of song where you say, "I'll get your hand off it."
Yeah.
It's just got that.
It's got that
vibe.
Nickel Creed, Inkleback.
Nickelback.
Hey,
yeah.
shut up! It's my song, guys. Come on. And
But
this
if
one's
you
for
are
Ash.
thinking of voting for that, just get your hand off it.
And then this beautiful number.
A song that even the singer doesn't like so much that he hasn't ever
Pat
committed the
Monahan.
lyrics to memory.
He
so-
told us this morning he had AIDS.
He used AIDS. He
You
probably
said he had AIDS. That's what you said. You said he has AIDS.
Yes.
Yeah, AIDS, visual AIDS.
We didn't
and
say that.
Vodka AIDS, and one helps the other.
Oh, he was messed up when he came in. You could tell.
You reckon?
We're just making stuff up now. We should say that none of this is true.
No,
We're
no.
making it all up. But he did read from. He read his own lyrics on stage.
You know the lyrics, but not
just
on
out here.
stage, just
Right out here.
outside.
Oh, just out there.
Yeah, but don't get your facts from this show. Seriously.
Yeah, definitely
Disclaimer.
don't. This is not a credible source of
Well, I
information
wasn't the one
ever.
who said
Ryan.
I wasn't
Go
the
talk to
one
her.
who said he got AIDS.
Yeah, you said
That was you. You did
Oh,
say that.
now don't use that as a soundbite, please. I'm looking
Well,
over
of course
at
they're
Nikki,
going
but
to.
Do not just have me going, yeah, he's got AIDS.
That's Dylan. You got a sweet talk.
If
there.
you don't want him to use it, stop saying it. That would
That's
be
it.
my first piece of advice.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.